What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Sunday Night Live. I'm your host, yakinwithsarah. And, oh, wrong way. This right here is Heather. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Heather.
What's up? I am Grab Life by the Fish One. I have a little YouTube channel that I do a lot of bass fishing and a little bit of everything. A little bit of do-it-yourself stuff, some metal detecting, a little bit of everything. So,
yeah.
Hope you guys enjoy the night and ask all the questions that you would like.
I am pulling up my chat. Alright. Outdoors Weekly's in here. Topwater King, what's up? Wyatt Life, it looks like my notifications went through this week, so that is great. Topwater King says, hey.
I got a notification, so yep.
Awesome. Tommy Tech Out Worlds, what's going on? Tight Bass Lines TV. Gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get in here before we start taking questions and going over a couple things. I've got an announcement to make tonight, and we'll do the catch of the week halfway through the show. We'll do a giveaway right after that, and so yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. LT Outdoors says hello.
I am looking forward to it. I'm gonna sit my laptop up a little higher so that I won't look like I'm looking down every 5 seconds. See comments.
What's going on, Adam? Thank you, Adam. It was definitely a fun catch. Anthony, what's going on?
Y'all catch any big ones, Anthony?
Yeah, how'd y'all do today, Anthony?
I wish I could have gone today, but I felt like crap all day. I've got a fever, actually. I'm probably not going to be going to work tomorrow. I just don't feel good. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I got a bug or what, but I wish I could have gone today.
Last week we had Whisker Stix on the show, and I got my Whisker Stix in, so I can show you guys that. This is how they come in the package. It comes with a battery. Can't really see that, the light's on it. Comes with a battery, and I can show you it working. Got one set up here. Oops. And that is it working. And I am super excited to get those out. My sister and I are going to be going catfishing sometime very, very soon. So I'm looking forward to that.
Those are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. They're very well made. I like them a lot. He's got all 10 different colors in those.
Oh, wow.
Anthony said he caught one, missed a lot of big ones. Thank you, Fishing with Big D. It was a fun catch. Not one you do every day, definitely. Once in a blue moon, literally. It was on Easter Sunday, so. What's going on, Kentucky Catman? I didn't get to go fishing this weekend either. What's up, Bottom Dollar? That's my neighbor right there. Not literally, but he lives within 20 minutes of me. I met him in Kentucky at the Catfish Conference, and we found out that we live within 20 minutes of each other.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's always nice to meet up with people that are close.
Yeah. Weather killed my fishing this weekend. Alright, this is a big deal, everybody. Country Girl Catfishing is in my live stream. She has to be at work at 3 a.m. in the morning, so she usually misses these. Alright.
That stinks.
Alright, so tonight what we're going to talk about is co-angling and bass fishing in general. We've got Heather here, who may not be a professional, but she can definitely answer a lot of questions that you guys have. And look, you may not be able to see it. I'm repping my shirt too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have shirts if anybody wants any, and they're screen printed, not vinyl, so they hold up really well.
They're nice.
Several different sizes. I just got some more in, so if anybody wants them, just hit me up.
You're grilling out. Won't be able to chat much. All right, we grilled tonight too.
If you're grilling out, then you got to bring some over. If you live that close, I mean, come on now.
What's up, Fly Fishing Ninja? How you doing, man? All right. So go ahead and start thinking of those coangler questions or bass fishing questions in general. We're going to try and answer them for you tonight. I'll go ahead and sprout one off right off the bat. Let's talk about, let's see. How'd you get started coangling? How do you get started? Because that's how you get into tournaments in general.
Well,
so.
I'd never done any tournaments until I met Anthony Horton Fishing, and he was fishing a tournament one time and said, you know, do you want to come be a co-angler with me? And I said, yes, I sure will. So he kind of got me hooked up with tournaments, and I would like to do more, but and I probably will since I have a better depth finder on my boat.
Yeah.
I got a couple this week, so I'm gonna put those on my boat, and I feel more at home in my own boat now that I'm going out more. But anyway, so Anthony actually got me started with the tournaments. Okay. And I've always been pretty much a co-angler because my brothers, and I know you don't think of it as being a co-angler with your family, but my brothers would always own the boat, or my dad owned the boat, and I was on the boat with them. So gotcha. I've pretty much been doing this for forever. Quite a while. Well, yeah. I mean, 3 years ago, I bought the boat for my brother. So that's the first boat I owned, and I still have it. It runs great. It has its moments, and it's only a 16-foot Aluminocraft, but it's better than nothing. And I'm going to enjoy it better with the depth finders on it because they're a lot better than what I have. So hopefully you'll see me not only being a co-angler, but you'll also see me on my boat, on my channel a lot this year. But honestly, Anthony Horton Fishing got me into tournaments.
Fish Eye Guy Outdoors said, I fished my first tournament last weekend. How do you help out the person that is in the back of the boat catch fish as well?
Well, honestly, the people that I fish with don't backboat me. They do a great job putting me on the fish. They pass me by the same spots. So they don't turn the boat to where I don't get the same opportunity. So they do a great job. I mean, everyone that I fish with does a great job with that. And even Anthony and Freshwater Massacre do a better job at that than my brothers do. My brothers don't care, because that's just how brothers are. But they actually put me on the same fish that they are put on. So they don't backboat me. I know some people have problems with that, but they don't ever backboat me. I have the same opportunity. And a lot of times when we go out, if it's in the morning, I'm going to throw a topwater. If it's any kind of warm, that's the first thing I'm going to throw. But I'm also going to look and see what that person is throwing, especially for fishing a tournament. Because if they're throwing, let's just say, a moving bait, then I'm going to throw a worm or some kind of slow moving bait. So where one of us is throwing fast and one of us is throwing slow, so that we can figure out a pattern. Until we get a pattern figured out, that's kind of what I try to do. I try not, if we're fishing a tournament, to throw the same thing that the other person's throwing. So that's my main thing, is I try not to throw the same thing until we get on a pattern. When we get on a pattern in a tournament, yeah, I'm going to throw the same thing, because if they're catching fish, I want to catch fish too, because it helps both of us.
Anna's throwing some hate at you. She says she doesn't want to be she doesn't want to be Heather's co-angler when she's got a monster and she's demanding a net. I recently rewatched that video and it is so funny.
Well, and you're caught up in the moment. You're like, oh my gosh, get it. And Emma's not the most experienced fisher person. I mean, so I was like, get it, because we earlier had a conversation about what's going to happen if you catch a fish, because she's scared to death of treble hooks. So I'm like, you're going to grab the net and get it in the net as quick as possible. So, and it's crazy that actually happened. And they were freaking 7-pounders. It just, biggest fish I've ever caught, biggest bass I've ever caught. And I'm freaking out, you know the feeling. You just went through it the other day. You want to get the fish in as quick as possible. Yeah. So the net is pretty important. So I did freak out, I admit.
If I recall correctly, I think the words were, I don't care about your line, get the dang net.
Well, at that point, I didn't care about her rod. I just wanted the fish in the boat. I mean, it was bad, and I shouldn't have said it, and I've apologized since, but, it's just...
She did do a good job, though. She did a great job.
She did. She got the fish, so... I had a question on Instagram. What do you think about the 13 fishing concept Z bait casting reel, and I hadn't fished with that. So I use mainly ARDANT products because I'm affiliated with them. You see all the boxes, but so that's mainly who I use.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll use somebody different, but that was a question from Instagram. So
let's see. I've been a co-angler for a little over 15 years. The one thing I always tell guys is if you can talk to your boater ahead of time, take enough lures, but pack light. You don't want a ton of crap on their boat. That's one of the questions I had was, how many rods do you usually take with you?
I don't take more than 5. I usually take 4. I usually take 3 bait casters and a spinning reel. I don't use spinning reels often, but I like to have it in case I need it. But I'll either take 3 or 4 bait casters and a spinning reel. That's how many I take. And I usually, lately what I've been doing is taking my kayak crate, and that's what I put all my stuff in. If it can't fit in the crate, I don't take it.
That's good.
So that kind of,
a lot of,
keeps me from packing a bunch of stuff that I'm just not going to use. I mean, yes, I could take my whole big bag, but that's just too much.
Yeah.
So.
Offering to pay for gas. Is that something that's recommended
what
or?
I try to do, yes, I do try to pay for gas. I at least offer to pay for gas. Like the other day when I went out with Freshwater Massacre, we stopped before we got to the lake, and I said, you know, I don't have cash for gas, so I'll pay for the snacks that we buy. Okay. So I paid for our snacks.
Okay.
So that's kind of something you can do. You can either offer to pay for gas or bring snacks or bring something for them, especially in a tournament. You know, you have your tournament fees, and then I try to and I try to at least offer to pay for gas.
Gotcha. LT Outdoors says yes, always pay for gas. Yeah, that's one of the. I asked a couple of co-anglers where I work, because all the guys there fish in tournaments, and that's one thing that they mentioned was that as a co-angler, you should always at least offer to pay for gas. Let's see. Pay for gas or buy lunch or drinks or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we go out to lunch, I usually offer to pay. I mean, it just depends on what the situation is as far as eating or snacks. And like when I'm going to fish with Anthony, I always go to the bathroom before I go to the boat launch because they don't have a bathroom. And so I'll say, you know, I'm stopping by Sheets. Do you need anything? So yeah. I try to hook them up. They try to hook me up, or I'll bring a lure or something. So. Anna has always got some.
Anna needs to be in the chat more often. She needs to come in the chat every Sunday.
Lord.
Have you ever lost a co-boater fishing while trying to net it?
I haven't lost one of the boaters' fish yet. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. There have been a couple times where it's been a little iffy as far as something getting caught in the net, and it's hard because you're not on your boat, so you don't know exactly where everything is a lot of the times. Like with Anthony, he hangs the net on my seat, so sometimes I forget that it's on my seat because I don't sit on my seat. And then the other day with Freshwater Massacre, I was getting stuff caught in the net, but no, knock on wood, I have not lost any fish for anyone, and hopefully that never happens because they probably will never ask me to go fishing with them again. So,
Country Girl says, what rig and bait do you use for this crazy weather back and forth?
Honestly, the other day we caught our fish on hold on, I'll show you. Oh, stop moving. This is the bait I used the other day, something similar to this. And I think it's a good bait for now. It's like a crawl bait. Something like this. Depending on your water clarity, mine was dark colored because our water clarity was terrible. So dark colored and a creature bait, especially if they're spawning, because you want to drag that across their beds if you can't see it. But a creature bait right now is going to be money. Something slow. We've had a cool down, so the weather being crazy, you're going to have to slow down a little bit. A Ned rig would be great. Something slow moving. A spinner bait with all the wind would be good with some kind of small trailer on it. So that's what I've been throwing lately.
Okay. Anthony said his tip is don't hook your boater.
I did not hook him. I did not hook him. He fell on something that was hanging on his little cup holder. So don't let him. You can go back and watch the video. I did not hook him.
What do you do as far as picking fishing spots on big lakes with co-anglers?
Honestly, I have been fishing with other people at their spots, so they will say to me, hey, where do you want to go next? But a lot of times I don't know the lake, so I can't really say, hey, let's go blah, blah, blah. The last tournament I fished with Anthony, he asked me a couple times where I wanted to go, and I gave my opinion because I'd fished there, I think a week before I fished, or someone fished there a week before and told me where they were, so we tried those places, but usually it's their places for fishing. So unless I know the specific body of water, I don't chime in too much. I'll give my opinion, but that's about it. If we're fishing somewhere that's where I'm familiar, then yes, I'll give my opinion. But if I'm on their body of water, then I'm gonna let them make the decisions. That way, if we don't catch anything, it's kind of their fault. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'll see you, Scotty. He's going to put his kids to bed. What's going on? Alex from Realistic Fishing.
What's up, Realistic Fishing?
Anyone coming in, we're asking Heather co-angling questions or just bass fishing questions in general. Another tip, if your boater is talking too much, tell him to shut up.
I mean, if it's their boat, I mean, I'm going to let them talk. I enjoy talking to people sometimes while I'm fishing. If it's something where I'm having to be real serious, like the other day with Freshwater Massacre, we were not talking very much because we were waiting for the bite to happen. A lot of times Anthony and I will talk about YouTubers and what we like about this person and what we didn't like about this video. So I think it's good to get other people's opinions. And I mean, if someone has an opinion for me, then I'm all about them saying, hey, maybe you should try this or change this. So I'm all about hearing people's suggestions.
How do you determine what baits to throw? It's hard to finesse fish if the boater is burning baits.
This is true. It is. And when you're tournament fishing, you're moving a lot. You're not going to sit in one place unless you're catching fish right one after the other, which doesn't happen very often. Like I said before, if the other person is throwing a moving bait, I will probably put on something slower unless I just know that they're going to hit a moving bait, or maybe I'll put on a different type. Like the other day, I was throwing a chatterbait, and Freshwater Massacre was throwing a crankbait. And then I changed over to a Texas Reed worm. So it just depends on what they're throwing. Like I said, in the morning, first thing, if it's any kind of worm, I'm throwing topwater. It doesn't matter, usually a whopper plopper or a popper. Those are my two go-tos for topwater. But if it's in the morning, I'm throwing the topwater bait. I don't care what they do. That's what I'm doing. So,
the lake commander said, on the 4 rods that you usually bring, what do you rig them with?
it just depends on where we're fishing. I rig stuff a little different if I'm going to a river type setting than I would, but usually I'll have a crankbait rod with a crankbait on it. I'll have a Texas rigged rod. Those two are definitely, I'll have a topwater. If I have my swim bait rod, then which I usually try to throw that in there just in case fishing is slow, I'll throw swim bait. And then with the spinning reel, I'll have either a wacky worm or a Ned rig of some kind. So okay. That's usually what I stick to.
LT Outdoors said, yes, always go with your boater where he goes unless he asks to give your opinion.
Yeah. I agree. And the guys I fish with do have my opinion. I mean, they ask, so I don't think I'm very pushy when it comes to spots or anything like that. So I did have an Instagram question. I've been wanting to fish in a tournament but don't have a boat. Suggestions, just hook up with someone. If you don't have a boat, try to hook up with somebody and be a co-angler with them.
There's a lot of tournaments that you can go out and you can just sign up to be put on someone's boat. You don't know them. Yep. There's no telling who you're going to be put up with, so you might be with someone that's going to be terrible to their co-angler, but you might be with someone that's great, and it's always a learning experience.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I've only fished with tournaments with people I know, so it's hard for me to say, but I know there are people that are not good. They'll backboat, especially if you're not competing as a team. They would definitely backboat you, which I probably would not fish with someone I didn't know. I would try to get into a tournament. If I was going to fish a tournament, I'll try to find someone else. Like if I know of a tournament going on, I'm going to see if Anthony or Freshwater or somebody around here can fish with me so that I know them and they know me.
Alright, I am way behind on this chat. It's flying through tonight. So, Fishing with Big D said live bait or plastics, which works best. We both only use plastics or lures. Unless...
Yeah, I don't use live bait. That's just me. I try not to kill anything, especially if I'm not. If I was fishing for food, then I would use live bait, but I don't want to kill even a worm or a cricket just to do it, just to have fish. That's just me, though. I know a lot of people are different, but that's just me personally.
Catfishing is a completely different story, I think. Right. And we're going to have Dieter Melhorn in here on the 22nd, and he'll be able to answer all of that for you.
Yeah, I mean, catfishing's different.
Lake Commander said,
I try not to kill anything, so.
How did you start drawing the lure picture for Heather? I think, that one. Okay, the bass was actually something,
awesome.
I found something similar online and I changed it so that it was what I liked. And then that was her Christmas present.
Awesome.
Let's see.
What's up, Lojo Fishing? We're on YouTube also, so check us out on Yakin with Sarah's YouTube page. He's on Instagram.
Awesome. Okay, Whisker Stix said he just completed a bunch of orders. That is awesome. I just showed them the orders that you sent me. Anthony said, don't eat Taco Bell the night before a tournament. That's bad advice.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Let's see. Tiffany said, we always throw the same bait, different colors, just to fill out what they're looking for. What's going on? Catmaster Catfishing. I know this one, but I'll let you answer it. Actually, no, that's not a question. Never mind. Okay, yes it is. We do a lot of smallmouth bass fishing. What baits do you suggest?
I don't do a lot of smallmouth. We don't have smallmouth where I'm from.
We don't either.
I travel 24 hours, so I've never even caught a smallmouth. That is one of the fish I do want to catch. So hopefully that'll happen soon, but I don't have any experience with smallmouth. I wish I did.
How's the layout working? I think it's working fine. I think it all kind of depends on the guest's internet connection. So I don't think we're having any issues. Heather's coming in clear right now. She was a little blurry there for a second, but that's just going to happen every now and again on any live stream.
Yeah.
Mike Chavez says he's always a good co-angler. Everyone that comes with goes out fishing with Mike Chavez says that they catch bigger fish than him. Speaking of Dewey, he did a shout out for me, and I really appreciate it. With several other anglers.
Dewey's awesome.
Wow, Dieter. Oh, Lord. Yakin with Sarah has hit it big time. We're going to have some fun when Dieter's in here, that's for sure. I'm also going to have Chris Flores in here. So that's another big timer that's going to be in here in a couple of weeks.
That's awesome.
Heather only kills flies.
Yeah, flies are on my nerves tonight.
So far, so good. I haven't actually had to take them out, Whisker Stix. We're going to go do that in a week or so. Go catfishing. So, do you throw topwater much during tournaments?
I will throw it in the morning as long as they're biting it. I love throwing topwater, and if it's warm, yes, I'll throw topwater. If it's cold, there's no use in throwing it, but if it's warm, yes, I will throw topwater for probably the first 45 minutes.
Yeah, Daddy, what's going on? I finally just now caught up with chat, so that was awesome. Thank you, guys. That's the first time that's happened to me, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Always a good thing.
Yeah. Whisker Stix, how much are your products? I don't remember how much they are. Go ahead and give yourself a little plug there, Whisker Stix, in the chat. Any more questions for Heather? I'm going to go ahead and ask her a couple.
What's up, Dewey?
We're
just talking about you.
Yeah, we just talked about you. Thank you for the shout out. I really appreciate that. What's the cost of a tournament usually for you?
It just depends on the cost of the if it's per boater or if it's per boat.
Okay.
The ones I have fished, let's see, I fished one that was per boater, and it was, I think, $50 per person, and then per boat, I split it with the other angler.
Gotcha.
So it just depends on if it's a team or you're an individual.
Okay. What boat do you have?
I have an Alumacraft 16-foot. It's just a basic. It's a beginner boat. It's basically a souped up John boat, really. It has a 40 horsepower Mercury on it. I got 2 new graphs. I have one is Lowrance Hook 7, and the other one is a Lowrance Elite 5. I actually returned the other one and got the Elite 5 because it has all kinds of stuff on it. So I'm excited to get them installed. It was rainy today and I was feeling bad, so I didn't even go outside. This is actually the first time I've been outside of my house today. But I'm hopefully going to get those installed this week and be good to go.
Kentucky Catman said their 2-year-old caught their first fish today. That is awesome. Congrats.
That is awesome.
That's a good feeling. Send me the picture.
That's awesome.
They'll be in next week's Kids Catch of the Week.
I need a picture of my nephew. He got his first kayak, and I'm going to have a video up about it this week, but he got his first kayak, and he's been fishing out of it. He hadn't caught a fish yet, but hopefully that's going to come soon. So I'll have to get you a picture of him.
How do you find another person to fish a tournament? Sarah won't play. What? What are you talking about? Sarah won't play what? To fish a tournament. In my area, we've got several groups that go out, and you can actually sign up to be a co-angler with them.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of times you can get on Facebook, and there's Facebook groups. Like there's a John Boat Fishing Club of North Carolina, and I'm sure there's one in just about every state, and you could probably look at some the bass fishing pages around you, and they post up tournaments all the time.
Hey, Okie Catfishing, I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. Dexter Ting, he is all the way from Malaysia. He tries to get in here every week, and I'm excited to see you in here. Anthony Horton wants to do a YouTube tournament.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, Whisker Stix doing a little plug for himself there. And while he's doing that, we are halfway through the show. So you know what that means?
It's Catch of the Week time.
That's right. Alright, so if you guys don't know what Catch of the Week is, every week I do this as kind of a shout out to my subscribers. You don't have to have a YouTube channel to do these. Just send me a picture to my Instagram, email, or Facebook. All of them are yakinwithsarah. Just send me a picture and I'll get you in this, and I'll ask Heather to be quiet for just a second while I narrate this. And here we go, Catch of the Week. In 3, 2, 1, Catch of the Week. But there's no fish too small, there's no wrong species. We just want to see you getting out there and catching fish. First up, every week we've got Danny Sizemore, showing every week where you don't have to have a YouTube channel to be in this. 8-pound striper caught in Henderson. Look at that striper, huge. Look at the gut on that thing, big. Alright, YouTube Kentucky Catman. All of the YouTube channels will be listed in the description below. They're in there right now. 4.5-pound bass. Big bass, guys. He actually told me that he caught this on like a 2-pound line, something crazy like that. YouTube Country Girl Catfishing. Going out catching some bass, catching a total of 5. I believe this was around Easter last week. Good job on that, Country Girl. Then we got YouTube Bottom Dollar Outdoors catching this monster cat. 25.4 pounds caught at Santee Cooper. That blue cat. Pretty fish, guys. Wow. And then we've got the Wyatt Life, catching the biggest pike that he's ever caught. That's his PB on his pike. We've had his wife in here and his son in here. Now we got him in here sending it in. And we've got Fishing with Mike Chavez on YouTube. He was in the chat. Catching this 3-foot gar on James River. That is crazy. Those things always scare me when I'm in my kayak. And then we've got Pill and Drag Catfishing. Catching this monster cat. That is huge. Look at that. 43 pounds, blue cat. And we've got YouTube Musky Hans. He's going to be in here next week for the live. Black Earth Creek on a rooster tail. Another trout fish sent in, making me a little jealous every week. And we've got RhinoFishing TV. I think we caught our these big fish on the same day. 6.5 pounds caught on a June bug. Look at that fish, guys. Then we've got from Whisker Stix. This is his wife, Nikki, catching monsters. Big fish. That's a huge fish. And we got Fishin N Stuff. He sent in a picture of a fish this week showing that he could catch more than just his wife. 1.2 pound crappie. And we've got YouTube Fishing with Big D. He's got a youngster that always asks the best questions every week. I'll ask that in just a second. And we've got the future. This is our kids. This is what it's all about, guys. First up, we've got Annabelle and Amy. This is my daughter and my sister. We went fishing the other day, and she did a great job. 4 hours out on the boat. No complaining. It was wonderful. And then we've got Kaylin from Kentucky. I'm sorry. Most men wouldn't hold a turtle like this. That was the caption that he sent me when he sent this in. Then we've got from Whisker Stix, Andrew, another turtle. This is with Whisker Stix' mom as well. Look at that smile, guys. Last but not least, we've got Bailey from That Murder Inc. catching a goldfish. I don't think I've ever seen that done in a carp pond. Look at that. Those smiles are what it's all about. That is awesome. And that is it. Catch of the week. Remember to send them in every week by Thursday at 9 o'clock. Get my chat back up. Frito, he made it early, Frito. That is awesome. Everybody's saying that was great.
That's pretty awesome. Those are some big fish. I'm jealous.
Anthony, I'll get it in next week, I promise. Yes. Alright. So everybody, thank you for sending those in every week. Remember to have them in by Thursday at 9 o'clock, like I said. And you guys are doing great. I'm loving seeing these every week. I'm loving seeing the kids. Because that's what it's all about. Those smiles look like they're hooked on fishing for life. That's right.
Right.
Heather, you should not be jealous. You are an awesome fisherwoman.
Oh, thank you, Dewey. I try.
Let's see. Yes, that was an awesome catch of the week. Alright, we're going to go back into our questions for Heather. So, kids are the future, the classic winners keep getting younger. That's right.
That's true. Yep.
You gotta stay up to date. Getting off here, I have to go to work. I'm glad you got to stay on for half of it. Most of the time you don't get to see the catch of the week, so that's great, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. Love to see all the little ones out there fishing. That's right, Kentucky Catman. That was, let's see. I'm not sure if K-Bug's in here, but K-Bug is the one that caught the turtle, saying that most men wouldn't hold a turtle like this.
That's funny.
All right. I'll switch it up a little bit, and I will ask, why did you get started on YouTube?
Honestly, I love to fish, and I had never really watched YouTube that much. All I thought was, hey, I'm gonna go on there and see how to fix something on my Jeep or whatever. I never thought of it as, hey, let me go on there and just watch random videos. I don't guess I had time for it really, to be honest with you. So I did look up some fishing videos, and I was like, wow, this is actually a thing, and people make videos of themselves fishing. And I like to fish, so why not make videos and video myself fishing? And I think what really got me wanting to do it is I went to a friend's pond, and they caught a really big fish. It wasn't huge, but it was a really good sized fish. It was probably 6 or 7 pounds, but I didn't have a scale. That was literally, I was still using a spinning rod. It was before I started using a bait caster. It was crazy. And I thought to myself, I would love to have this on video. So I looked up action cameras because I did not want to spend the money on a GoPro because I didn't know if I would actually continue to do this. So I got a cheap action camera, SJ Cam, and that's what I literally used for the first probably over a year on my channel was the SJ Cam. I had a couple of them. They work great, so if you're on a budget, that's one of the action cameras that you can look into. But after that, I just had it every time I went fishing and kind of became what it was. So I enjoy the editing process almost as much as the fishing process. So it kind of goes hand in hand. If you don't like to edit, you're going to have to be really good and hire somebody. So you might as well like editing too. So
Anthony said, here's an issue I have when I co-angle. A lot of boats are real quick, and you can only hit a spot with one cast. What do you say to them to make them slow down?
If you're in a tournament, there's not much you can say, because if you're not catching it on that one cast, then there's a good chance there's nothing there. A lot of times, by the time the boat gets to you, the person in front's already casted there once or twice. You cast in there once or twice. That's 4 casts. If there's not a fish there, if the fish hadn't bit in 4 casts, there's probably not a fish there. So I usually don't say too much. Anthony likes to fish fast, but he's fished a lot of tournaments. So I fish slower than him, but he's done this a lot more than me. So I'm not going to say anything to him to try to make him fish any slower, because there are certain spots you want to hit, especially if it's a place that is familiar to you. You want to hit your spots before someone else has a chance to hit them. So you got to fish fast. So I don't really say too much. Unless we're catching fish, I'm not going to say anything. And obviously, if I pull a fish out, we're probably going to stop there for a minute or two to see if there's another one there. And if there's not, we're going to move on. Try to find the next spot. So I don't say too much.
Okay. Whisker Stix Fishing says, if you don't like editing, just go live.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
or you can have a cameraman. Some people have cameramen these days. So I don't have one. Maybe Anna could be my cameraman, woman, whatever.
There you go. I don't know. You might yell at her.
I probably would. I'd be like, hey, get closer to my face or get away from my face.
Anthony said, is that a new tat? I'm not sure which he's referring to.
This one is a few months old.
Yeah.
I am going to get a new tattoo, though. It's fishing related, too. But I'm not going to give away anything. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it in my story, but I'm going to be getting one soon.
Did you put it in your story? I didn't see it.
Yeah. It was, stories only last 24 hours,
Yeah.
so I didn't want to give away too much. But you already know what it's going to be, but
yeah.
I'm probably going to put it right here on my arm. But we'll see. That may change, but it's probably going to be right there. So
Anthony said that he wants you to tell him next time if he's going too fast or not putting you in the right spot, especially if you're in a team tournament.
Honestly, like I said, if the first person is casted in there twice and didn't catch anything, and I cast in there twice, there's probably not a fish there. If I pull a fish out, the boater's gonna slow down or stop even. So I'm all about it. And you know, Anthony and I hadn't had the best tournament fishing record, so we got to keep it moving so that we can get to the next spot, because I feel like I'm bad luck on a boat. So
I think Anna declined your invitation.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, what kayak do you have? Because I know you do kayak fishing as well.
Yes, I have the Life. No, I have the dog. Hold on. I got it at Dick's. It is the Future Beach Cayman Angler. It's 10 foot. It is a fishing kayak, but if you're tight for money, you do not have to get a fishing kayak right straight off. I mean, but mine is a 10 foot.
Thank you, Anna.
Future Beach brand, and I got it from Dick's. It was on sale. I think I paid right at $400 for it. So I wanted to get out on the mainly creeks, so I wanted to get a kayak. I went to Dick's. There were some I looked on Craigslist, but I just didn't see any that I wanted to pay $400 for when I can get a brand new one. So that's kind of.
Anna said to tell them about her cheap kayak that she has.
Yeah, Anna got a cheap $200 kayak.
That's what
Put a hatch in it. Got a crate in the back. It does everything mine does. Put an anchor trolley on hers as well, so it does the exact same thing mine does.
Yep.
So
I bought my kayak for $140, brand new. It is a sit-in though. We actually got it. It was labeled wrong, so we got it at a lower price.
Yeah.
But I've been fishing in it for almost 2 years now. I am about to upgrade significantly. Yeah.
What you gonna get?
I don't want to go into it too much right now. I might talk to you about that later, but
okay.
It's nothing said and done. I'm not positive which kayak I'm gonna go with, so. But I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to getting into some of these kayak tournaments.
Oh yeah. Well, in the kayak tournaments, you really have to have. If it's a big tournament like the KBF tournaments, and if it's a big one, if you don't have some kind of either a pedal or electric motor, you're already behind. Not that I can't afford a pedal kayak, but a lot of those guys have trolling motors. They have the power poles for kayaks. I mean,
yeah,
they're really souped up. I mean, when the first prize you get $100,000, win one tournament, you could buy a freaking house.
Yeah.
So people that have the money to do it, go for it. I'm a teacher, so I can't afford that much. So I would love to have a pedal kayak, but a lot of places I fish are really, really shallow, so my kayak goes just great.
Fishing with Frito says he just now subscribed to you.
Hey, that's all right. I appreciate it. Better late than never.
Yeah. You're on your road to 2K right now?
I will be doing a giveaway when I get to
That's right.
2,000 subscribers, so.
Any other questions on here? What's your favorite fishing memory?
My favorite fishing memory? My family fishes quite a bit, so it would just have to be growing up. My family had a pontoon boat whenever I was younger. My grandmother had a house at one of the lakes close to us, and we would go stay a week at her lake house. Every family got a week, so we would take our week, and we would just always go out and fish. I can remember one time, and when I was younger, I actually ate fish. And we were on the pontoon boat, and we literally had the whole middle of the pontoon boat covered with white perch, because the lake we have, if you know anything about white perch, they will come in and almost take over a lake. So we had the boat almost filled up. We caught over 100 white perch that day.
Wow.
And cooked them, and it was just great. A lot of times, my grandmother loves to fish, and my grandfather loves to fish, so it's just any memories with them. My grandmother and grandfather are actually 92 and 93, so my grandmother gets around a lot better than my grandfather, so she still goes to fish. About 3 years ago, we were fishing at a pond, and it was hot. It was right at the beginning of the summer, and down here it gets really hot. So we're sitting there, and it's her and my mom and my grandmother. So it's us three. We're out there fishing, and it gets to be lunchtime, and my mom says, okay, when y'all ready, y'all can come in and fix you a sandwich. So we're like, okay. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know, in the next few minutes, my grandma's going to say, okay, let's go inside, take a break, and fix the sandwich. So she never said it. So about an hour later, I was like, Grandma, you want to go get a sandwich? And she goes, now we had been out there for probably 4 or 5 hours. She goes, when you go in there, fix me a sandwich and bring it out here to me. So she didn't even want to stop fishing to go eat lunch. So that's
awesome.
just, she loves to fish even at 92. So it's just kind of in my genes. So I have a lot of fishing memories. So it's hard to pinpoint just one, but mainly just with my family fishing. And my nieces and nephews love to fish. Both of my brothers have boats. So they go out fish as much as possible. So just, I went fishing with my nephew the other day at the pond that's beside their house. A bunch of little bluegill and a couple little crappie, but he loves to fish. So
That's great.
just anything with my family fishing.
Anthony said he's giving away a cyclone reel at 500. Kentucky Catman said he just broke 250 subscribers. That is an awesome goal to reach. Deweys Catch said double PB bass on swim baits for Heather.
That's right. Let me see. Was this one right here? Oh no.
It was that one right there.
Yeah. Bull shad. If you can
Is that the
afford to
BD?
get a bull shad,
That looks bigger
that's
than
the one you need to get. 6 inch, that's the best shad swim bait out there in my opinion.
Anthony said, what one fish made you catch the bug?
Oh, I don't know if there's just one. I honestly don't know if there's just one. I mean, in my adult life, it would be that one pond bass that was 6 or 7 pounds that I really had no idea I was going to even catch that day. I think that in my adult life spurred the YouTube part of it, but as far as being younger, actually I do know my one catch that sparked everything. I was at my grandmother's lake house, and I'm going to throw out my line, and I didn't realize my brother was standing behind me. My younger brother, he's 3 years younger than me. And so I go to throw out my line, and I hook him in the lip.
Oh.
And my mom comes running down the pier at the house. She grabs him up, bites the line, takes off. They go to the hospital. So that probably is what started it all. I caught my brother. So that's my biggest catch so far. He was probably, man, let's see, I was probably 5 or 6, so he was 3 or 4, you know? So.
The Wyatt Life says, what's the biggest or coolest fish you've ever caught?
My brother, and then probably I caught 2 7-pounders on this bull shad. So those will be the biggest bass I've ever caught. I caught a 7-pound bowfin. I've caught a couple catfish that were between 5 and 10 pounds. I don't fish for catfish typically. Actually, my brother and I caught some catfish that were probably closer to 15 pounds, but that was several years ago. I would love to catch a snakehead. We don't have snakehead around here, but they're a lot like bowfin, and we do have bowfin around here, but I would love to catch a snakehead. I'd love to catch a peacock bass. I need to go down to Florida because I can knock those 2 off. Love to catch a tarpon, a snook, there's a lot of fish that I'd love to catch.
LT Outdoors said, what's your way to keep from being burnt out from your channel?
You've truly got to take breaks. Over the winter, I did not fish that much. It was cold. It rained a lot. That's excuses, but a lot of the places I fish, I'm not going to catch fish anyway, so it was a waste of my time. And I just think you truly have to take breaks. If you don't take breaks, you're going to get burned out.
And for me, it's changing it up. You know, not just doing fishing videos all the time. Like my state park videos, I do maybe you're going fishing, but you're talking about something else. Change it up a little bit. Keep it more
Well, in
interesting.
my metal detecting,
Yeah.
because a lot of times I'll go out and metal detect and I won't even do a video. I'll just go out one afternoon after school just to relax, dig in the dirt a little. Hopefully I'll find something cool. Usually I don't. I mean, but it's fun.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. Do you have a bucket list for fish? What's your bucket list fish?
There's not just one. I just
Okay.
named a bunch of them, but snakehead, peacock bass, tarpon, snook. I mean, there's a bunch. I'd love to catch a big shark. I mean, there's so many that I hadn't. I mean, I've caught a shark before, but a big shark. A grouper, a Goliath grouper, that would be awesome. So I have a lot of bucket fish to catch.
Do you have a particular favorite lure that you like to use more than another?
Top water, anything top water. I love a whopper plopper or a popper. Those are my two favorite top water baits. I love top water. If I can I will throw top water as long as I can in the mornings. When it starts getting warmer, I'm throwing top water. I like throwing a frog as well, but I love a whopper plopper and a popper.
All right, Tiffany, you're just now throwing the steak on, but most of the time you can't make these live because you're asleep by now. I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but congrats, Bottom Dollar. He is 8 away from 100 subscribers. That is awesome.
It's awesome.
How do you feel about them toothy critters?
How do I feel about the toothy critters? I feel like I catch toothy critters all the time. I end up catching a bowfin or a pickerel almost every time I go out fishing. It's crazy. It's like I'm attracted to them. I hooked into a gar one day. I mean, I can never get rid of the toothy critters, but they're fun to catch. Bowfin are so much fun to catch. If you've never caught a bowfin, this bug won't leave me alone. Are so much fun to catch.
I think everybody has that Pittsburgh. He said he's got a new season in Pittsburgh. It's called Sprinter, Spring and Winter.
Yep.
Everybody's feeling that.
Definitely.
The Wyatt Life said that he loves metal detecting.
I enjoy it. It's fun. I need some new spots to go metal detecting, but it's a lot of fun because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, You may go to a spot and not get anything but trash, and then you may go, like the first time I went metal detecting with my new metal detector, the Ace 400, I found a World War II button. One of the first holes I dug, so it's almost like I got spoiled, and I hadn't really found anything good since, but it's a lot of fun. I'm also going to do some more magnet fishing once it gets a little warmer, so that if my magnet gets hung up, I can, get in the water to get it. I don't want to get my magnet hung up and not be able to get it, so I am going to do some magnet fishing once it starts warming up.
I've actually had my metal detector. We got our metal detectors around the same time, I think. I've only taken mine out probably 3 times.
Wow.
And
I hadn't taken mine out as much lately because it's been raining or I've been fishing.
Yeah.
So since it's gotten warmer, if it's nice, I've been fishing or it's been raining. I feel like we live in Seattle.
Let's see. I hear you, Tiffany. Frank said Florida has some cool looking fish. Yes, they do. They're talking about red-tailed catfish.
Oh, yeah.
Dexter Ting
I was actually watching River Monsters before I came out here, and he caught a red-tailed catfish.
Yeah.
It was in some other country, but
yeah,
those are some
Dexter Ting sent a red-tailed catfish picture in last week, I believe. And that was one of the coolest pictures because that's just not something you see here.
Yep.
Frida said he wants to do some magnet fishing videos. What kind of magnet are you using?
I wish I had it out here, but I don't. It's just one of those Neo. I can't even say the word, but all you have to do is Google or do an Amazon search. I got mine off Amazon, I think, and you want to get at least 100-pound pull so that you can actually get stuff out of the water. But mine is square. You can buy them that they're round, or square. You can buy them in the bars. But I figured that the square one would not get hung up as much as a longer bar one, and the round ones are a lot more expensive than the square ones. So that's what I ended up getting. It was actually a gift, but I ended up getting a square one. So.
Tim said they're being released in the Florida area, kept as pets, then people let them go in the wild. Now they're populating. Okay.
Gotcha. So is that something that if you catch them, you're gonna not re-release them, or are they okay with them populating in Florida?
I don't know. That's a good question. Tim, what do you know about that? You're the expert.
I mean, is it like snakehead and what are those other things that people don't like down there in Florida? There's another fish that they always talk about besides snakeheads that they don't like catching that people release. I can't remember what they are.
Fly Fishing Ninja had a question. Actually, he did a video on this. He wants to know why bass fishermen either have a dead scale or forget their scales every time they catch a big fish.
Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? I think it's, honestly for me, it's because I try to keep it with me all the time, and I have 3 different vehicles that I drive on any random amount of time. So I try to keep a scale in each, but like the one the other day when I was fishing with Freshwater Massacre, it had been in the bottom of my crate for several weeks, and I sit stuff on top of it and it gets switched on and I don't know about it. So it's dead. Or I'm taking the Jeep when I hadn't taken the Jeep in 2 weeks, and now my scale's not in the Jeep, it's in the car or in the truck. So it happens no matter what. If you catch a big fish, you're not going to have your scale, or it's not going to work, usually. So
mine is, it's either I put it in my car, and it sits in my car, and sits in my car, and we take a different car to go fishing, or I'm clearing out my tackle bag, so I bring it in.
Yep.
And then I hang it right here on my milk crate right here, and I go fishing without it. It happens.
Oh yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
It seems like every time I go out, if I forget my scale or if it doesn't have batteries, I'm gonna catch a big fish. It's just the way it is.
So just leave your scale at home. You don't need it. Yeah. Tim says they're being released in Florida area. Oh, never mind. No clue. I'd release them back probably. Just know the red tails have made their way into the U.S. Dewey said, how does it feel being 2 of the best lady fishermen in a sport mostly full of men?
I appreciate it. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I would love to say that I am that, and maybe one day I will feel like that, but I'm just trying to put videos out there to show everybody that even girls can catch fish too.
That's right. Along with that, I'm working with one of my sisters who is in the Girl Scouts upper level, and hopefully I'm going to start going out and visiting Girl Scout troops and teaching them basics and getting with them.
That's awesome.
So Kelly, if you're watching this right now, you're on the spot. I need those troops. Let's see.
That's awesome. They should have to get a patch. I
Yes.
was in Girl Scouts once. I was a brownie.
Yeah.
And I think what's the step above brownie?
Junior?
Yes. I think I made it to that level, and then I don't think I made it any farther, because then I went to middle school or whatever, aged out or whatever. You know, Boy Scouts can go till they're 18, but girls, they don't typically do that. So
Yeah, they don't typically do it.
Maybe you could have a patch, though, a fishing patch.
That would be great.
Or an outdoor patch.
Let's see. Twisted, are you serious? What did Twisted say? Not sure what that means. Okay. My #1 bucket list fish is a Wells catfish.
Yeah, those get really big.
Yes, they do. Dewey is being so sweet. Yes. Dewey has a meetup coming up. Dewey, can you list that date? I think it's May 26th. I'm going to try and go out to it. Chris Flores is here. He's got some awesome rods out right now that are extremely affordable for cat fishermen. He's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks. We haven't gotten the date set. Yes, May 26th, Dewey's going to be doing a meetup. Where is that going to be at again? I want to say Virginia Beach, but I could be wrong. Alright. I had something to say there. I completely forgot about it. Okay, I'll go ahead and say this. So I've been working on something for a couple of weeks, getting an idea around it about how I wanted to do it, and I finally completed my first step of getting into it, and I'll show you a portion of it here. And this is going to be my first t-shirt. So it'll have this on the front of it, and on the sleeve it'll have my logo. And let's see if I can get this up here so you guys can see it. Catch, photo, release, CPR. This is how it'll look with my logo on the side. This is a very rough, my logo, because while I'm doing this, I'm still working on it. I've got one more coat to put on this, and this will look much nicer. But that's going to be the shirt. I'm really excited about it. They're probably going to be 15 bucks. I think that's what I'm going to price them at. I think that's fair for everybody. Let's see.
That's awesome. I definitely want one. They're awesome.
Tiffany said she loves the rod, Chris's rod that he sent to her, the Muddy River catfishing flathead rod. The Beast is what she calls it. Cool shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. I foresee a contest where photos are submitted wearing the t-shirt for a cool prize. That would be awesome. That's a good idea, Tim.
That is a great idea.
We might be doing that. I'm going to do a flint gabbing demonstration this summer for local Boy Scouts. We have a couple of girls in the group. There we go. A couple of girls in the group now. Indian, I believe. That is cool. Sexy Beast. That's right. Heather, are your shirts for sale?
Yes, they are for sale. You can send me a message here or on Instagram or an email at grablifebythefish1@gmail.com. Yes, they are definitely for sale. I have a few kid sizes, not many, but a few. So if you have a kid, let me know if I have a size. Like I said, I only have a few. I technically got them for my niece and nephews, but they've already gotten too big for those sizes. So if you have a kid, let me know, and they won't be very much. So
LT Outdoors said, is having shirts, hats, etc. with your logo on them really beneficial or worth the investment?
With mine, the guy I used did the screen printing, and he only charged me $2 per shirt, and I got these shirts on sale at Michael's for, I want to say, $2 a shirt, because I found them when they were half price at Michael's. So I literally only had like $4 or $5 in a shirt, so I'm not making much off the shirts, because by the time I buy the envelope to send them in and pay the shipping, I'm not making very much. I didn't really do it to make money. I think if you're doing it to make money, yeah, you're probably not going to make money. As many as I've given away, like everyone in my family has one. I've probably lost money in it, but for people to see my shirts, I thought maybe it'd be a good idea. I didn't have anything YouTube-y put on it so that people could wear them as just a regular shirt, and I kind of did that on purpose. And maybe next time I will maybe put a YouTube logo on the arm or something. But I wanted people to just be able to wear them and not think it was YouTube-y. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So mine were just, hey, I like it. I actually designed it myself. I found a picture of a bass online, and I went into a photo editing software and put the letters. And I mean, I did it myself, so I didn't have to pay anyone to design my shirt. So that didn't cost me anything. So I don't really have a lot in my shirts, and I'm not selling them for a lot. I'm not trying to make any money off of them because I don't think people would pay $25 for my shirt, whereas other people, bigger channels, have their stuff for $25 per shirt plus shipping, so you're paying almost $30 a shirt. But I just can't do it. I can't charge because then no one would ever buy my shirts. So
Frank, I like that name for your rod. That's pretty good. Flexcalibur. Anthony wants to know where he can get a lime green Grab Life by the Fish shirt and a 2X.
I can look and see. I think the biggest size I have is an extra large, but I can look and see if I have a 2X. There's a possibility. If not, I can maybe have some made up.
Dewey said I need to create a logo so I can have some kind of merch.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good for people to see, especially if you're trying to build your channel. But like I said, I didn't put anything about YouTube, so if you just saw the shirt in public, like I wear mine to school all the time, and the kids are like, "Oh, Grab Life by the Fish." They don't think anything of it.
Well,
I'm trying to, I don't tell them I have a channel either, because I don't want them stalking me, because they will. But so I just figured it'd be cool to have a shirt with my logo on it. I mean, I could probably put something about YouTube on the back, but like I said, if I'm in public, yeah, I would want people to, if they were adults, maybe to look it up, but my students, I do not want them looking up my channel and finding my channel. I don't like my kids to have any contact with me outside of school.
There's several people out there that like get out the house, go fish. He's got a good one. Yours is a good one that you can just put anywhere. Like I've got Heather's on the back of my car. Just it says Grab Life by the Fish, and I think it's a good kind of mantra to live by.
Oh yeah. And I do have decals also. You can't really see this one because it's white, but I do have some decals also, so they're very cheap. I sell them very cheap as well. Like I said, I don't do this to make money, so.
That logo looks great on that decal.
I know who did this. Someone that we're talking to right now. yakinwithsarah did that one. Thank you.
Whisker Stix, all kind of merch items are available to promote your channel or business. Gotta get off. Alright, thanks Wyatt Life for stopping by. Let's see. Oh, you got your sticker on the boat? That is awesome, Anthony.
It's funny because I don't even have my own sticker on my boat. I don't have any decals at all on my boat, and I know I need to. I need to get a bunch of decals and put it on them, and I just haven't. I don't even have my own decal on my own vehicle. I don't know why I hadn't put one on my own vehicle. Like on the Jeep, I have all kinds of decals on them, but I don't even have my own. I noticed that the other day. I was like, what am I doing?
Frank said he's trying to do a couple of art designs for shirts, like fine art. Are you still doing your logo design business, Frank? Or are you completely done with that? Maybe Dewey could get with you if you're still doing it. If not, he'll have to find someone else. Country Girl Catfishing said, I'll send you one, Heather.
Yes, please do. I will take any decals. And I don't mind paying for them, but I am going to start putting decals on my boat. I don't know why I hadn't already. Kind of weird.
Here's Country Girl Catfishing. Oh. Go. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I definitely want one.
I have no clue how to make the decals and shirts yet, but I will get the equipment. I'll do it. Yeah, that's what I do too.
And I thought about getting a machine, but that's just one more thing that I have to take up room in the house or in the building for. This fly will not leave me alone. So I figured I'd pay somebody to do it.
Anna said she wants a Country Girl Catfishing decal.
I definitely want one too.
Frank said he could do some logos, Dewey, if you want to get with him. He's a pretty good designer when it comes to that stuff. Let's see. Hey, get out the house, go fish. Hey, Murder Inc. Everybody's saying hey to each other. Alright, any more questions for us? I think I kind of went over everything. Who taught you to fish, Heather?
My family, my dad, my brothers. We've just always fished. Like I said, growing up, we had a pontoon boat, and we would just in the mornings we would go out and do tubing and knee boarding and skiing, water skiing, and then we'd take the time to fish, and just something that we did as a family. Like I said, we would cook them back then, so we would all out. A pontoon boat's big, so you can have a bunch of people on it, so we'd all go out in the pontoon boat and fish. And my mom always used a brim buster. She never used a rod and reel, so she was always the one with the brim buster. And then my brothers they used a bait caster before I did. I've only been using bait casters a couple years, so I was the one with either the spin cast or a spinning reel. I mean, it's just something we did as a family. So a lot of the stuff I know, I learned from my dad and brothers. And then just as I've grown up, when I was in college, my college had a small lake on it. And it's funny because I can remember even in college, I played basketball, and I got my teammates one day to go fishing with us. So I went and bought some cheap rod and reels at Walmart, and we went out and tried to fish. And I can just always remember fishing. I lived up in the mountains of North Carolina for a few years, and I went trout fishing several times in the streams up there. And then there was a pond down the road from my house that had huge carp in it, and we would go and make the dough balls to try to fish for carp. So I've just kind of been around fishing my whole life.
PGH said he has t-shirts for his YouTube channel on his website. Anthony said, is it bedtime yet? Yes, it's just about bedtime.
It's close.
Before we go to bed, I forgot to do something after the catch of the week. That was the giveaway. So every week I do a giveaway for the sticker. I've probably lost quite a few people because we're past our hour mark. But I'll go ahead and ask, who did I go fishing with when I caught my PB?
I know.
Winner gets a sticker sent to you. I sent last week's winner this past Friday or Saturday, I don't remember. With my sister. That is correct. Country Girl Catfishing. Alright, so I have your address, so I will send you a picture of the stickers I have on hand. You can pick one out, and I'll send it your way. Frank said a huge mouth bass.
That picture you posted of your sister and your daughter, you and your sister look just alike. I was like, wow, you guys look a lot alike. Y'all could be twins.
Except we're 17 years apart.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
y'all look like twins.
That's what I have to look forward to.
Wow.
Yep.
Man, I'm telling you, you could be twins. I was going to ask you after the catch of the week, and I totally forgot if y'all were twins, because y'all really could be twins.
Yeah. We're the only two that really like to go fishing. So, and we're some of you guys might know, you might not. I'm one of 6 siblings.
Oh wow.
And no one else really enjoys fishing. So, my mom and dad will come out with us every now and again, but besides that, it's just us two.
That's all right.
Give it to that Murder Inc., but I would love the picture. What picture? What am I missing? Alright, Murder Inc., I'm going to be sending you an email. Or you email me at yakinwithsarah, and I will send you a picture of the stickers I have on hand so you can pick one out. Or your daughter can pick one out, whatever. Kentucky Catman. Anglers age half as fast as a normal person would.
You would think it'd be the opposite way because we're out in the sun a lot.
Yeah.
But a lot of people tell me I look young as well. It's funny because I teach elementary school and they always ask me how old I am. So I say, you know, how old do I look? And a lot of times they don't guess my age, but it's funny.
Did I say that? I didn't mean to say that, Tiffany. I'm sorry. But if you want a picture of me holding the PB, I can send that to you. I meant to say stickers. See ya, Anthony. Says it's time for him to edit. I've got probably 3 videos on the back burner right now. Tim is the oldest of 5 siblings, all boys. I feel for your mama.
Yeah, I have 2 brothers. I'm the middle between 2 boys, and it was rough.
All right, that is it, guys. You'll see the catch of the week by itself on Wednesday. I'll hopefully have a fishing video out for you this week. I've got 2 fishing videos I can get out, and I've got 2 state park videos I've got to get out to you. So thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate you coming on.
Me.
I had a lot of fun, and I will catch all of you later. Go ahead and do your end thing.
You guys have a great night, and Sarah, thank you so much for having me, and make sure you guys grab life by the fish.
That's right. See ya.